Welcome to this video that belongs to Lesson 1 of Module 1. My name is Mari Carmen Suárez de Figueroa Baonza, and the aim of this video is to briefly present the ontological engineering field. The problem we mainly have in the web is the information overload. In the so-called classical web, the information and data are exposed using different formats and languages, such as HTML, PDFs, and so on. Typical web pages consist of hyperlinks to relate content. With this vision, semantic content is accessible to humans, but not easily accessible to computers. Traditional web pages allows the browsing of information based on hyperlinks. However, content is language dependent, and there is high cost for keeping the information up to date. In addition, as already mentioned, the meaning of pages is accessible for humans, but not so much understandable by machines. An improvement of this situation is the use of XML, that allows the creation of metadata with meaning. But what do these tags mean for the machine? We have a similar problem as before. It is worth mentioning that in the so-called classical web, information from single pages can be found via search engines. However, it is difficult to make complex queries over multiple pages and data sources. This is related to the problem of choosing information. This problem involves to find the information, to extract the most relevant information, to interpret the results by human users, and also to make a synthesis. Apart from choosing the information, we can have also the problem of content aggregation. This problem appears mainly because content is in different natural languages, Spanish, English, Japanese, among others, that is, the web is multilingual. And it is needed to find out relevant information from heterogeneous sources. This implies to extract, interpret, and aggregate information. And finally, it is important to ensure the consistency of this information. However, what was the web intended to be? As mentioned by Tim Berners-Lee, the idea of the web is to have information that can be read and understood by machines, so computers can analyze such information and obtain useful conclusions. In the so-called Web 2.0, users are both readers and writers. Then users can participate in content generation. Users add value to application as they use it, and the web can be seen as a programming platform. In this scenario, the problem of content aggregation implies to find, understand, extract, compare, aggregate, publish, and contextualize the information. And the idea of the web mentioned by Tim Berners-Lee is still valid for the so-called Web 2.0. So, what is the so-called semantic web? The semantic web can be seen as an extension of the traditional web in which information is modeled using ontologies. So, the data can be described using semantic annotations. The aim here is to facilitate the discovery, integration, and reuse of information among different sources and applications by means of defining explicit meaning of the content. The need of adding explicit meaning to the content in the web can be solved in different ways. One way is by having external agreements on the meaning of annotations, as for example the Dublin Core, or by developing ontologies to represent such explicit meanings. In this later case, the approach is modular, the meaning of the terms is formally specified, and relations between different terms in different ontologies can be represented. So, what we would like to have? The idea will be to use the web like a single global database, that is, to move from a web of document to a web of data. This idea of the web of data can be a reality using the linked data paradigm. This approach recommends to identify names of things in Internet, to put online and available the resources, to use data models for representing things, and to provide links among resources in order to facilitate the discovery of new knowledge. With this approach, Both the model, that is, the ontologies that provides the meaning of the domain knowledge, and also the data, that is, the particular domain object, are together in the web. In this context, the ontology engineering field is crucial in order to help in the development and management of ontologies. Ontologies are the models representing knowledge meaning in the web of data. Thus, the ontological engineering field is devoted to define and propose activities to be carried out when ontologies are built, as well as the way and the right moment in which such activities should be performed. In addition, this field should also recommend methods and methodologies for ontology development, as well as tools and languages that support such developments. Finally, it is recommended to review the additional material available on the platform. Thank you very much for your attention.